It's time for the LowcoSports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Araj.
Hey, not only, wow, I don't know what's going on with my computer tonight. It's acting funky. And as are many, it seems, we are being gremlined before we even got started tonight. But welcome to a special edition of the LowcoSports Lowdown. Not only Justin Jarrett, Max Raj, and Wes Kerr, but also Marcus Walsh from WHHI TV and Jason Alfonso from Jay's Barbershop and proud dad of a Thomas Heyward Rebel. The main reason we're
Yes, sir.
Getting together tonight to celebrate.
He's a 1A 2024 state champions.
Yes, sir.
Wes.
Talk, Wes. Come on, give us the rundown.
23-8, the final for Thomas Heyward, getting revenge on Williamsburg Academy. I was tied up all day today. I was coaching wrestling this morning at Bridges Prep and then running over to USCB to call a couple games, which was good times, but we were all keeping tabs. And Jason, you were there. Tell us about the Rebels, man, getting the revenge today.
Man, it was intense. I mean, at first, it was kind of like everybody was just kind of playing safe, and they made a couple of mistakes back and forth. It was 0-0 for a while. And then I think Williamsburg scored first, and then they went for the 2-point conversion, and they got that. So it was like 8-0. And so when they got that 2-point conversion at first, we're sitting there like, we don't do 2-point conversions. We have, we have Donovan Mitchell, and he only kicks 1 point. So so we, so we ended up getting the ball back. I mean, there was a couple, I think maybe just jitters at first, a couple of fumbles here and there, and just kind of going back and forth. They were making mistakes, we were making mistakes, but they ultimately they ended up scoring first. And then we scored the next two, and actually they never scored again after that. That was the last 8 points they got.
Yeah, and I think the turn was really at the end of that first half, or near the end of the first half, where Josh Gibson picked it up. It looked like Williamsburg was going to score again, and all of a sudden you got Gibson going the other way, and then the next play, Tony O'Banner unleashed into the end zone, and that kind of turned the game away. It was a 14-point swing at the end of the half, and after that, momentum was all for Rebels.
Well, it was 8-7, and they were at their own, I think at their 20, I believe. And we're like, here we go. They score, it just puts a little bit more pressure on us. And then here comes Josh Gibson just leaping out of nowhere, man, and caught that interception. And I think that was the turn of the whole game for us, to be honest with you.
We do have highlights from WSAV helping us out tonight. Joey Lamar with the highlights. So we'll check those out while we're talking here. Ooh, killing fruit.
Boom, there you go.
There it is.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Whoa.
He pushed him out of bounds, but then Tony ran it in after that play right there.
Play. Here he comes. Tony O's touchdown. The big touchdown of the year right there. Those Stallions. He is the Stallion.
The Stallion to beat all Stallions.
Jason,
look, we said it. We said it the other night. This team beat Thomas Heyward back in September on Heyward's own turf. You knew they wanted the payback, and I think Williamsburg knew that payback could be coming to them, and sure enough, it did.
I called this. I wanted this. I wanted my get back. I want Williamsburg.
I mean, Jason, it's not just you. It's every freaking Thomas Heyward Rebels fan was thinking the same thing. They're like, we're going to get them in the state championship if we have to play them. If we end up playing them in the state championship game, we're gonna kick their butts. Like that. That's the mindset I think any Thomas Heyward fan was thinking in that game.
They were just
the touchdown definitely set the tone for the game, and I just told them at halftime. I said, look, they've given us their best punch in the first quarter, but we don't stop punching, all right, until it's over, until the last second clicks off the clock.
When I was going, I saw that they ran a flat route, right, and I knew I had flats. And both their inside receivers went inside, so I knew he was going to try to throw it outside. And I saw the quarterback, he rolled out. He pumped it, and then I just saw him throw it, and I just went and went and grabbed it. I just took it down the field.
After we got the interception, Josh Gibson, he just set the tone right there for us on our offense, and our line had good blocks, and I just took it to the house, made a couple cuts, and when I seen Gray's gas, I was gone.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Coach
Yes. Terrific.
Good
remarks
stuff
there after the end of that one.
One programming note, Coach Taylor Malfris intends to join us on Monday night for the show. He couldn't be available tonight.
All right.
So I'm hoping to get him Monday night.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
Jason, talk about how special Justin's been and what you've witnessed, certainly out of a bunch of these guys. This team, more like any other team that I've witnessed with THA, it's always been kind of the next man up and everybody stepping in their role and fulfilling it to a T.
Well, I have an alumni, Joshua Alfonso, and I could just tell you from my personal experience. They went to state 5 years in a row. Out of those 5, they got 4 state championships. He had 4 state championships in a row. But then you have the younger guys that were coming up, like the Bo Pigneys and the Dodge Peoples and the younger guys that were even Tony O'Banner. I mean, I won't even say Tony because he's been playing since he's in 8th grade.
The last time Heyward won, it was the Brandon Howard era when he powered the Rebels in 21. O'Banner was an 8th grader that year. Now he's a junior, and he has engineered this team to come back on top behind a first-year head coach. And that's another story in itself is the job that Taylor Malfris has done with this team. I mean, he's been Rebel alum. He's been around this program for a while, but coming in first year's head coach, leading them back to the state championship. That's dream-like stuff right there from Coach Malfris.
Yeah,
you can't script it any better.
No, but just seeing these kids, just develop over the years, because I've never missed a Rebel game, you know what I mean? And seeing these kids, how they've been putting all the work. Now I have a freshman that's played for this team, and to see him actually get a ring now, it's like to see these guys put in all the work and just trust the process and get to this point to win the championship. I mean, I'm so happy for those guys. I'm proud of them, man.
Special.
Yeah, outstanding stuff. You're a proud dad, a proud alum too, right? You're
yes,
alum?
Sir. Yeah, I graduated in Thomas Heyward 01. I graduated with
a proud
Super.
booster and a proud, drink stir. You get your hands in there. You make sure they got the resources they need. So definitely a good feeling for you guys today. How was the turnout today? It's always great. I hated missing it.
Hey, I'm gonna say this because I was thinking about this on the way here. I went to the Hammond game in Portugal yesterday.
Oh,
yeah.
And I looked at the stands, and I'm sitting there like, is that all the people that came out? And I'm like, watch what happens when we have our game tomorrow. I mean, we filled the stand. Those fans, they travel, man. They got family members, and I mean, we were on the visitor side, but it was packed. I mean, I'm talking about just people there was no more bleacher chairs. Everybody was on the fence.
I'm gonna put it out there real quick, Jason. Just so you know, Hammond did win their 8th straight state championship. I think it's gotten to the point where their fans are just like, we can just watch it at home. We know who's going to win anyway.
But the game was really close now.
Yeah, they had to get in the final couple seconds.
The game was really close.
It was very close.
Give credit to Porter Gowd for playing that in the game and on Friday night and really knocked off the dynasty that is Hammond. But just going back to Heyward, they bring their fans. Great program, great fan base, great community,
and we're loud.
You're a part of it, Jay, and Jay's Barbershop. Go in there and talk all things Thomas Heyward sports, and you just really happy for you and the pride that you have for this football program, for Coach Malfris and his team, and especially these seniors and upperclassmen that have been through a couple of low points. And for low points compared to for Heyward is not winning a state title because they won 4 in a row and losing in 22, losing in 23. That did not sit well with most of those players, and now to see a lot of those upperclassmen finish back on top is really important for those guys.
Yes, sir.
Don't mind me. I'm just trying to stretch out my hamstring. It's pulling. Everything on my right side is sore, and it's all because of it.
You do you, man. You do you. You've had a day, bro. You've had a day.
I've had a day, bro. It's been an awesome day, though. Can I just say, I love living in this little universe that we've created here.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's been a fun day. Shout out to the guys at Bridges Prep who put on a really good little tournament today and got a bunch of kids matches, JV and varsity wrestling tournament. The Canes got their first wins. Several Canes got their first wins today. Some of them got medals. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then on my side of the things, I was at a state soccer tournament this morning at Burton Wells Park, and I got to see the Beaufort 15U girls take down Bluffton for a state championship today. So it's a really cool moment to see.
All right.
Yeah.
Beaufort versus Bluffton.
How about that?
State title, huh? That's great.
Yeah.
How cool is that? A best of 3 series too. So they played 3 games this week. Beaufort won the first one, Bluffton won the second game at Burton Wells, and then game 3 was at Burton Wells today and won that. Wow. And then we got more state champions to crown tomorrow. But unfortunately, I won't be there. I'll be flying down to Florida for Thanksgiving. And actually, before we continue, happy early Thanksgiving to everyone in the LowcoSports universe. But what a great way to go into Thanksgiving. We get to crown, multiple state champions, including Bluffton's cross-country teams, both men's and women's. And now, we get to crown Thomas Heyward as state champions.
Great way to weekend. Great way to end football season on a win, because most of the time it seems it's on a loss. But
that's right.
It's always nice to end it.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we went out not with the whimper last night, but with the bang today.
And I have to say too, what a job by PD getting a huge win against Bethesda earlier on in their title game.
Yeah,
that was shocking.
Y'all freaking called it too.
That was a 14 final there.
What was the final?
I didn't expect a scoreline like that.
52-14.
Whoa.
All PD.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, all PD.
I
didn't see that one coming. I'm going to be honest. I did call for Bethesda to win that game.
I saw the first quarter to that game, and I was like, I'm out. I was like, Bethesda don't have a chance.
Yeah, honestly. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see a blowout coming by PD. I just didn't see it because
they met each other prior, and it was a very close game.
Yeah, 3-point game at PD Academy. Bethesda drove 4.5 hours to lose by 3 points, and I just thought this could be an interesting game, and it wasn't. So
just didn't get off the ball. Huh?
But yeah.
It happens.
What are you gonna do? But what a great season for Bethesda as well. I gotta say, I wasn't sure what to think about Bethesda at their early part of the season after they lost to Thomas Heyward and Hilton Head Christian to start out the season. 2 very tough teams, mind you, but wasn't sure what to expect out of them. And they went on a roll, and that only loss after those 2 losses to THA and HHCA was PD Academy, and they went on a roll. And I had a lot of high hopes seeing what that score was against PD, but it just wasn't their day today.
Well, Richard Wynn captured the 8-man title with a 43-6 trouncing of Lawrence Academy.
Good for Richard Wynn.
In the
how's the
independent
score going with Wilson Hall?
And we got to Pinewood Prep. I last I checked, they were up.
That's a great
over Wilson Hall.
Pinewood would probably win.
14-6 at half. It says in favor of Pinewood.
Oh,
all right.
All good.
That's interesting.
Closer than the experts think.
Yeah.
There's no Pinewood is winning.
Yeah. But it is closer than the experts.
Yeah, watch them come out and just destroy the second half. Watch them.
Yeah,
I see it coming.
Might turn into that Ohio State Indiana game that we saw earlier today too. That was tight in the first half, and then the Buckeyes.
Ohio State bomb out.
No.
Yeah, it was a good first half, but second half,
I feel like I'm totally out of touch with what all happened today outside of where I was, which was in the wrestling gym, which is, Jay, when you're at a wrestling tournament, it's like there's nothing else going on in the world.
Yeah, I tell
when you're on the air for a basketball game, there's nothing else going on in the world. So I felt like I was just
you own the world.
That's true.
I told Jacob after he won, after they gave him his medal, I told Jacob, I'm like, get ready now for wrestling state.
Right. You're ready. It's time.
I'm like, you got 2 days off. Now you got to go.
Right around the corner, too.
You got to go train for wrestling again.
It's here. We got basketball happening tonight over at Whale Branch. I just didn't have
tournament.
Thing to get over there. But
I did fill out my schedule. So in addition to calling games, which I will be doing for WHHI starting in January, and I'll get that schedule out soon, figure pretty soon, I was able to finagle the games, before that schedule starts so I can see everybody. So I'll be able to do some moonlighting for you.
All right. Sounds good.
Let you know what's going on in certain Tuesdays and Fridays.
But Alfonso, we talked a lot about Taylor Malfors coming back on staff this year and taking over, which obviously was, I thought that was a seamless transition. Those kids all knew him. They all trusted him, respected him. That went really well. Keeping Tyree Simmons around was huge too, because that guy he's an inspiring leader, to say the least.
Well, he can relate to the kids too. I think he's a little younger coach, so he can relate to them more on a different level,
Yeah, he talks to them like they talk, and
like they talk. Yeah,
exactly. And he tries to dress like they dress. He needs to bump up a size, I think.
He's young.
I think he's outgrown that size of clothes. I think he's got to go up there. I'm playing, Tyree. I'm playing. Don't kill me, bro.
If I had his body, I'll be wearing the same thing too.
You'd be popping out of them. He puts that stuff on, though. I'll tell you what.
Facts.
Yeah. Tyree is jacked, bro. Dude,
he's jacked.
But they play hard. They play, hard for their coaches, for each other. I got to see them in that second half against Dorchester, and when they turned it on, man, there was no stopping them.
I think I saw you at that game, and I was like, this is not comfortable.
When it was 14-14, it was a little dicey, and then they turned it on,
and they just turned it up.
Whew.
Well, that was kind of the same thing. I showed up for the Thomas Heyward Patrick Henry game in the first half, and it's like a 14-14 game. I was like, okay.
Yeah, y'all told people for a little bit.
It's
we weren't trying to toy. We weren't trying to toy today. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. No, that's it.
I wouldn't.
And Williamsburg has a really good defense. Okay, because most of the guys that we played, we were scoring 40 and 50 on. They every time, both times we played them. I think the first time they held us 26, and then this time they held us 23.
They shut out BA, and BA ain't easy to shut out.
Yeah, no, their defense is not. They're tough.
They're salty.
Yeah, but, we've talked about that Williamsburg team, and we know that they've had experience at state championship games before. They've been to Charleston Southern more than once over the last few years or so. Back
I think they went 4 years straight, right? 4 years.
I think so.
Yeah, but I don't know how many they've won, because they lost to Christian Academy way back when during the 2A.
But they've been there, yeah.
Yeah, they've been there. But they have an incredible coaching staff too, and that's one of the reasons why they've continued to make appearances.
They mentioned they lost like 16 seniors last year or something like that.
That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't expect much out of Williamsburg, because I just thought, man, they lost a lot of seniors last year. Because I looked at that roster and I was like, they're on the younger side of things, So I expect Williamsburg to have a bit of a target on their back going into in the off season into the next football season in 2025, because that team's going to be good, because they ain't losing a whole lot.
We still got Tonio Banner.
That's scary.
We still got Tonio Banner.
That's all that matters. And you got Tonio Banner, and you got Colton Young coming back. You guys got a lot of players returning next season that are going to be key players for that team next year, and I have a lot of high hopes for them as to defend this for a state title next season. But we'll cross that road when we get there.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the time right now.
Yeah, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. And then get ready for wrestling season, spending all your Saturdays in loud gyms.
He has a goal in mind. His goal this year for Jacob was to win the Skeeza football state, and he wants to win wrestling state. That's his goal.
There you
So
go.
he's been putting a lot of work in all year. He's been wrestling year round. Had some injuries here and there that he's trying to heal, but he has a goal, and I'm going to support him, and I'm going to make sure he gets that goal done.
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. Congratulations, Jay Alfonso.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Thomas Heyward football. You want to hang around, or you want to get out of here?
I'm really tired.
You toast, brother. You toast.
I'm gonna let you guys go, but I'm happy you guys had me on. It was a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Get some rest, and we'll talk wrestling with you real soon.
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Take care.
Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Take care, man.
Later, man.
Jay Alfonso, good people. Wes, you're on mute if you know. I don't know if you know that. Not sure if Wes knows he's on mute, but he is. All right. Let's shout out some sponsors. Our all-star sponsor, Mickelson Law Firm, presenting sponsor of this special edition of the LowcoSports Lowdown. They're presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage and our official real estate closing attorney, but they can help you with all your real estate needs, or all your legal needs, excuse me. Mickelson Law Firm. I'm zoned out, boys. Been a long day. Wes got gremlin again. We've also got our MVP sponsors, Base Hit Life. Max is regularly repping Base Hit Life now with his Calm Your Mitts hoodie. You can get that one or all kinds of other cool styles at basehitlife.com and live your best base hit life. We've also got the homegrown home inspections, best in the Lowco, and they will check out that home, make sure it's good to go. If you're building a new home, you got to have that phased inspection from Homegrown. Have them check in on it every step of the way and make sure it's built right. Hospice Care of the Low Country provides palliative care, hospice care, and free grief counseling, plus much more. And it's all not-for-profit right here in Southern Beaufort County at Hospice Care of the Low Country, where it's not about dying, it's about living. And the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education, providing the Bluffton Ambassadors and Island Ambassadors programs. If you want to get to know more about the history and culture of the Lowco and how you can get more involved in your community, sign up for the ambassador programs through the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education. All right, guys, let's shift the gears. Little hoops on tap today. We were in the Cove this afternoon, and I was on the call with Rob Benson. Wes was on press row doing his thing with the stat crew. Two good games, two really entertaining games. The women fought, clawed, played tough. If a couple more shots go down, they maybe come away with the win against a really athletic Edward Waters team that I thought looked, just lining them up. They looked like the superior team all the way. But it was there we go. Yeah, the voice, Trace Louther.
Yeah, absolutely.
Voice of the Rebels. It was great to hear him back on the mic.
Hey, we missed having him be a part of this.
We got to get him back on the mic.
Rebels in their season. Yeah,
come on back, Trace.
Yeah, but yeah. USCB women played tough, lost a tough game against a tough Edward Waters team. Men came out and played a really tough game. Didn't get to 100, but got close. 89. Is that right? Pulled away at the end.
You're 6-0.
A ton of guys contribute, just a ton. And Alejandro Relat, the point guard who came from FAU, is the real deal, man. He is fun to watch.
What a pickup that he has been. 17 points, and he was shooting lights out from three, made 3 from beyond the arc, and 8 assists. That really stands out. He was quite the ball distributor, made plays on defense. I mean, a complete package from what he played 30 minutes, by far the most on the team tonight. So Relat showing why he was a part of a Florida Atlantic team that I believe made the Final Four when he was there a couple years back. So that's some great experience to have under your belts when you're playing at this level. And Relat, it seems like he's going to be a big contributing factor as we go forward here. But Kevon Price with another tremendous game. Hudson Norton
and Hudson Norton both had spurts in the second half where they just went crazy.
Red hot shooting. As a team, they shot to a little over 25. They shot to They shot 57% from 3-point range in the second half. They shot 32% from the game, but man, they were scorching out as it went down the stretch.
They
were
shot
hot very
early in the first half, and that was the only reason that
except like the first couple of minutes they were on fire. Then they kind of
they came out 17-2 right off the bat, and then they kind of just lost steam, and went in. It actually was tied at one point in the first half, and then was tied into the second half. I don't remember if Edward Waters ever had the lead in the second half, but it was close throughout. And then USCB, Tassos Fano scored 8 points in about a minute, and then Hudson Norton went absolutely ballistic for about 4 minutes, and that was when they pulled away to double digits and held them off. But it was impressive. It was, and the big guy, Pat Iriel, he's not really even playing very many minutes yet. They're still easing him back in. So, there's more there even. But it's the same style of play and even cranked up a notch as far as the trapping, full court defense, just relentless pressure, getting up a ton of shots, shooting a lot of threes, crashing the boards, throwing lobs, just playing balls out for 40 minutes.
I remember filling in for you last year, JJ, on a Saturday in September. I think it was like December 16th or something like that. And especially with that guys game, I just remember it being like I was in college all over again, calling hockey. I've never seen basketball played like that, ever. And I've been calling basketball, at various levels for almost 20 years, going back to when I was in high school. I've never seen anything quite like that.
You can't even hardly call play-by-play like basketball.
Right. I mean,
it is just unreal.
You got to sometimes just let it develop and then react because it's crazy fast.
Yeah, I mean, basketball is a lot different from calling a baseball game, especially when it's as fast-paced as USCB plays at. But it's just a really fun brand of basketball. How about the start 6-0 to start the year? Not a fluke. I mean, 6-0 when you're being challenged. I mean, they're not playing like the teams they played last year at the start of the season. These are actually quality wins they have. And so that's a big statement of itself. Like, they're not strong teams. And it's another really nice win. And now they make the trek to Ed Market Arena to face Savannah State.
Yeah, 6 o'clock for the women, 8 o'clock for the men on Tuesday night at Ed Market. Tickets available. We will have it on the Sandshark Game Day Network, so you will be able to watch it live there if you can't make it over there. But great environment, great arena, and should be 2 good games. Savannah State men are definitely on the up and up, and Fudala expects this to be a really good challenge for them. That was one of their few early losses last year. So
I kind of think USCB is gonna show out in this game.
I do too. I think they got a chip on their shoulder, man. I think they got a real edge. It was fun to watch today. They got a lot of buy-in. There's not a lot of selfishness out there at all right now. If anything, a lot of their mistakes today, I felt like were being too unselfish at times and making an extra pass when they should have taken the shot. So, I think they're in a really good place. I think it's going to be great fun. Couple of high school results from last night that I did not know were on the schedule. By the way, Ron Fudala will join us on Sandshark Rewind tomorrow night, along with Donald, the stat man, Eric Andre. So that's
all-star cast tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there were some basketball games last night that I didn't know were taking place. A little Loco and Loco action. JP2 and Hilton Head Prep played each other, and I'm told that JP2 won a close one in the girls' game, although I don't see a score posted now. And that JP2 won a close one in the boys' game. JP2 boys knock off Hilton Head Prep 47-46 or
48-47. A board border between two region or actually, are they region teams this year?
No,
they're not.
I don't think so because JP2 is 4A, right?
Right, but I just because football is different than basketball.
Oh
So
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, we'll have to check and see. Look at the realignment.
I believe. I take that back. The region matchup that I'm gonna possibly have is JP2 HHCA. One thing that I haven't mentioned within the schedule that we're working out is that we're looking to do all region matchups. So I know that JP2 and HHCA are region mates, and I think the next time they play is December the 4th. Off the top of my head, I believe that's correct. And I plan on being there to catch that to see what this JP2 both girls and guys teams can do. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, so prep and JP2 where are they're not in the same in this classification. JP2 is 4A, Hilton Head Prep is 3A. So a non-region matchup. I mean, they were in the past, but not this year. So we got in 3A, Region 4, Hilton Head Prep, St. John's Christian, Patrick Henry College, and Prep. Prep should mop the floor with that region.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't see there'll be some competitive teams in other regions, especially like Spartanburg Christian, Spartanburg Day, who have had solid teams in the past. Possibly a PE Academy, or there might be. Hilton Head Prep. They even though they only played a couple games, they've gotten some more solid recruits. But hey, how about JP2 for what they did to knock them off? Obviously, very early, and Hilton Head Prep still trying to find like the chemistry of these new guys, but quite a statement. Anyway, JP2 Hilton Head Christian can be our 4A. Alongside the region is actually pretty deep. Camden Military, HGA, JP2, Lawrence Manning. Trinity Collegiate, Wilson Hall. That's going to be some long trips.
Yeah.
They're playing with the big boys. They're playing with the big boys.
It'll be tough. Garrett Heathcott had 19. Sean Phelan had 10. Nikolai Atkinson 8, and Daniel Godson 7 for JP2. 31 for Ty Harpring, but wasn't enough for Hilton Head Prep. So JP2 is to be reckoned with. The boys have been, turning things around. Last year, they definitely took a big step forward, and it looks like they're going to be a problem this year. I know also
Nico Atkinson and Sean Phelan. With some nice minutes there. I mean, they played the whole game, 32 minutes. That is tremendous. Yeah, that's incredible to see.
And then,
yeah, that's for sure. I tell you what, that Heathcott family, they have a bunch of athletes over the years. Talking about Maddie and now Garrett as well. Happen to know the Heathcott family quite well, and looking forward to seeing what everybody continues to do on and off the athletic environments as well as in school. It's a great family.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I think there's a younger one too, if I'm not mistaken. But
two, I think the family has a couple of teenage girls.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought there were a couple that were softball players.
That could be Brent. Brent is one of the head deacons at St. Gregory the Great, where I go to church. Gotcha. So that's how I know the family as well as I do.
They got some. They've had some athletic children.
Yeah, I'm sure more in the pipeline.
Yeah, St. Gregory, Catholic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. We'll catch up on all the other basketball Monday. I don't have the energy to chase all those down tonight, and we have games in progress. But a couple other things while we're here. First of all, VIP or what do we have? Varsity sponsors. I don't know what day it is. DDS Web Design. Maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits. DDSHHI.com. Parker Law Group, serving legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties, and helping us shine a light on deserving teams and student athletes out on the Loco frontier. Dr. Ambrose Cole, our official chiropractor. He's at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And Reverence Wrestling Club, official wrestling sponsor of Loco Sports and presenting sponsor of the Loco Grind. And with that, I'll give you you a little wrestling news today, boys. They had the preseason tournament over at Bridges Prep. It was the JCS Memorial Tournament named after Josh Shipley, former Bridges Prep wrestler who passed away a couple of years ago. Bridges Prep takes the title with 136.5 points, edging Bluffton by 8 points. Camden Military third, Timberland, Hilton Head, John Paul rounding out the top 6. Bridges had 4 champs. Ali Jenkins at 175, Byron Douglas Jackson at 215, Jeremiah Chavez, the heavyweight champion of the Loco, at 285, and Trevor Jones at 150. Shout out to some of my Canes. Kevin with the red shoes, Reyes with 4th place in the 285 bracket. Britton Jenkins got a dub. Damian Jimenez got the first win in program history. And
nice.
On the side, Prince Coleman got a win, and Carlos Calustro got a win. Bluffton's JV racked up the points with Camden Military in second. And then let me give you just the champs. Placers. All right. The champs, local champs, that would be Bryce Stevenson from Hilton Head winning at 120. Jose Catalan from Hilton Head at 126. Brian Orta from John Paul II at 138. Jack Hannigan from John Paul II at 144. Trevor Jones from Bridges at 150. Gabe Fulton from Bluffton at 165. Ali Jenkins from Bridges at 175. Giovanni Contreras from Hilton Head at 190. Byron Douglas Jackson from Bridges Prep at 215, and Jeremiah Chavez from Bridges Prep at 285. And for some reason, it always skips 113. So let's see who won that. Oh, that's why. Not a local guy. All right. So there you go. There's your little wrestling report. We'll talk more about that on Monday as well, I'm sure. And one other.
It's officially winter sports season.
It is. Yeah, we're done with football. It's over. All of it.
Yes, it is.
Cross country too.
It's basketball and wrestling season, and that is it right now. But it's still
winter sports now.
Still football season on other levels. And Lee Kirkland and the U-Pike Bears went into Kansas today, went to Baker for a playoff game and came out victorious, 42-35.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah, Lee had
a little closer than last week.
A little bit, yeah.
Nice.
They were the underdogs. This is a road game in the playoffs. They're not supposed to win it.
Yeah.
They went 42-35. Big Lee goes 24 of 35 for 310 with 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Rushed 10 times for 42 yards in the score.
That
kid. They had to come from behind. They were down 7 in the 4th quarter. Kirkland found Brandon Newton for the tie with about 12 minutes left, and then Amon Williams with the game-winning score on the ground. But hey, I mean, you talk about the numbers that Kirkland's put up, but now it's another thing to do it in the playoffs in the clutch of your season on the line and pulling out a game-winning drive. I mean, that's a whole other thing to hang your hat on if you're Kirkland to engineer that like clutch drive in the playoffs.
Hey, NFL GMs, you want a great scout team, Josh Allen, who might actually become Josh Allen?
Yeah, for real.
Look at you, Mike.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, dude, yeah, I mean, when you got Lee Kirkland on your team and he's putting up numbers like that every week, it becomes special. Yeah, it's very special. And I agree with Justin. Like, if there are scouts who are looking for someone on their scout team, I would bring him over, man. He'll give people a run for their money. I think he's, I think he's something special. And we've mentioned, like, Justin, you didn't think as he was going into college he could make it as a quarterback in college rather than maybe another position. But
I just thought he had a higher upside as a tight end, but I was wrong. Maybe he did. I guess we'll never know.
Hey, you sometimes
I don't know if there's a much more higher upside than that.
Well, I mean,
if a guy's driven and he finds a great landing spot, and this is the perfect landing spot in my opinion for Kirkland as a quarterback, and breaking program national NAI records in that crazy game last week, and then of course doing it in a playoff game and lead his team to win there. Just that's really impressive and a good thing to have on your resume going forward. But yeah, just it's a great story being written here. I really think it'll continue in a big way moving forward. And it seems a little Josh Allen-esque because he was a guy that nobody had on their mind until he came to the NFL and did what he did, and now he's going to be the MVP potentially of the league this year. So, hey, that's really cool. But back to Kirkland, they are heading to the 1 seed Kaiser. So they reseed the playoffs after every round, and so they're number 20 seed. They're the lowest remaining seed, so you get the number 1 seed Kaiser in round 2.
There you go. So down in the Kaiser down in Florida.
Yes, the old Kaiser we used to talk about that played the Sand Sharks back.
Yeah, hated those people. I hated that
Seahawks
school.
Kaiser, yes,
that was a big rival. Kirkland, this was his 15th career 300-yard passing game, and the second of his 3 touchdowns today was the 100th touchdown pass of his career. Crazy.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Goodness. Wow.
Crazy work. So yeah, good stuff. And a couple of other former Seahawks are on TV right now, Wes.
Yeah, we got Jalen Sneed.
I'm watching one of them,
Notre Dame against Army and a huge.
These Notre Dame uniforms are no bueno, right?
Yeah.
You don't like them?
Yeah, no. I don't like them. No, I don't.
I don't like that glossy, sheeny gold. It's really garish. The numbers are hard to read. I'm not a fan.
I'll tell you.
I actually really like them. I'm a little bit biased as I happen to be wearing my Notre Dame shirt right now.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
The loss of Northern Illinois certainly woke up Jalen Sneed and company are playing.
It woke up the echoes, all right. Tell you what.
But, yeah, they are certainly on their way to a playoff berth at this rate. Their last game of the regular season is at USC, so looking like we could see Jalen Sneed, playing in the big national stage, which is really cool.
Yeah,
and both Marzo and Wyoming are playing against Ashton Janty and Boise State right now, I believe.
Is that on CBS Network?
If y'all want to see uniform,
it's on one of them.
If y'all want to see uniforms that are better than Notre Dame, well, I got 2 for you today that I didn't show this week, but it involves 2 South Carolina teams this week.
Mizzou's was crap today.
These ones, the throwbacks for Carolina today. I saw a picture. Someone sent me a picture the other day of what if those were all white uniforms with those white, cool-looking helmets. And then you got, of course, the Clemson purple today as well.
Yes, I love the purple.
That's a rarity anymore.
Throwback.
You see
it's a throwback. It used to be a lot more like in the 2000s.
They do it on they do it on
Charlie Whitehurst days. They would wear those a lot.
They do it on Military Appreciation Day every year. So
okay, there you go.
So
cool.
Once a season.
Yep, but 51-14, they beat the Citadel. And
no.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin's looking something up real quick. I could see
I was
what
just
it's going.
To see if I could find today's Mizzou uniforms, but I don't see them right off. But
they do something different.
They did the white. I wish they'd have done all white because they did the white helmets and the white jersey. White helmet with the circle, the oval tiger.
Yeah.
But then they did black pants, which it looked nice, but it would have been really nice if it was all iced out.
All white. Yeah. Iced out, baby.
But,
but
we get the ranked matchup next weekend at Clemson, so I'm sure there will be a lot focused on that one a week from today at a noon kickoff. Which
but it's a noon game.
So
yeah, it's a noon game.
Gives you something to do.
It's Carolina. It's
hey, you play when the TV people tell you to play, sir.
There are a lot of huge matchups, and with the SEC,
there are some big matchups.
Taking over on ABC, that's a big reason too.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they obviously get Texas A&M, which could be
That's
for
in
the
prime
SEC,
time.
SEC title, or at least the top spot in the SEC, because those two teams are right now near the top. So that's obviously probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if game day goes there next week.
There's something much bigger, bigger for
no
Clemson.
That's favorite.
There's something much bigger for Clemson next week, and that is Miami is playing at Syracuse.
Yeah.
They need Miami to lose that game. I almost thought Miami would be in serious trouble today against Wake Forest. They were down. Wake Forest was down 6 going into the half. And then Miami scored 22 points in the fourth quarter to win 42-14. So I don't know
if Clemson loses to Carolina.
If you're Clemson,
if Clemson loses to Carolina and then Syracuse beats Miami, and then Clemson gets to be.
Clemson will still get in though.
Rejuvenated.
Clemson will still get in because that's not even a conference game.
Right.
So
it's not an ACC game. Right. So
and they
Clemson
still
could
that gives them a shot at
and then still get the ACC championship game. Yeah.
And they could lose to
Carolina and still end up celebrating.
Right.
At the end of
the way the playoff format is set, if you win the conference championship, you're automatically
they get in.
No,
you get in.
That's the only
team. Yeah, that's the only way they get in. That's the only way they get in. Even if they, beat South Carolina, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're not taking 2 ACC teams.
But you don't just get in. You don't just get in. You get a bye. You get a top 4 seed if you win your conference championship.
As a potential 3-loss Clemson team if they lost to South Carolina next Saturday. Yeah, so that's interesting.
Right.
Does
something to think about.
ACC get the auto bye?
They do.
Well,
not every conference gets an auto bye, right?
So,
as far as I know,
is it the top 4 conferences though? Because
I would assume it's the top 4.
They had Boise State.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, that is interesting because Ohio State has never been in that.
Well, that's because
situation.
Oregon,
and that's true. Oregon's got the upper hand. That's right. So that would happen the next couple of weeks. You're right.
Yeah, so it's the 4 highest.
Yeah,
So
the 4 highest ranked conference champions
ranked. Yeah,
will be seeded 1 through 4 and receive a first round bye. Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be SEC, Big 10, Big 12, and ACC as those top 4 conferences.
The Pac-12 is dead.
That's dead.
Pac-12 is
dead.
It's not for long. Not for long. Anyway,
I was just confused because I thought I saw that Boise State was projected as the 4 seed last week, and I don't know how they would be eligible for that.
No. If they get,
they could. I guess, if they're ranked ahead of Clemson, right?
Okay.
Right, because I can't. Yeah. So it's the 4th highest ranked conference champion. Just out the 4th highest conference is ranked higher than Clemson. They could get the top 4 seeds. So just clarify.
That's where
true. That's a good point.
Yeah. So Clemson winning the ACC wouldn't necessarily guarantee it.
It could potentially make a difference if Boise State is ranked higher than Clemson.
Right.
At the final.
I don't think it matters. I don't think Miami's losing.
So clarifying that bit. It was just kind of.
I think we're gonna have Miami versus SMU and that.
But you have to be a conference champion to get a bye.
Hey man, they lost to Georgia Tech, so you never know.
Champion in a different conference could.
Yes, you have to be a conference champion to get a bye. You can't.
Right.
Stack the buys with all.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If it does end up being Miami, SMU, in my opinion, has to win that ACC championship game because if they don't, I don't know if they get in.
No, neither one of them's getting in. And
neither one.
He's only getting one team, Bo.
No.
Miami might get in. I don't know. Miami could potentially get in even with the loss.
Miami has 1 loss. They could give us some.
Yeah.
Depends on what the committee does.
I don't like if SMU beats them though. I think SMU's stealing their bid. I don't think they're getting one.
I agree. I would think SMU would be one of those teams who squeaks in with an ACC.
And they'll play as many SEC teams.
They'll take Alabama with 4 losses over Miami with 2.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they've done it before, haven't they? They've taken Alabama over Florida State football team.
They'll probably
I wouldn't disagree with that.
But I don't think the Big 12 or the ACC is getting 2 in. I think it's going to be
I don't
stacked
think
with
so.
Big Ten
I
and
think
SEC.
no. Agreed. Because Colorado lost today, and I had high hopes on them going into the final week next week, and they lost
Yeah, how
today to
about that?
Kansas. So,
I think
Kansas
everybody
looked
wanted
good doing
that. Everybody wanted a first round game in Boulder on that Friday or whatever. That would have been great.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good point. I would love that.
Get your snowshoes out, folks.
Boulder's great.
Can you imagine? I can't
Boulder's
wait
great.
to see the first round of the playoffs where college teams are going to get to play on their home fields for a
Neutral
playoff
site,
game.
yeah, I mean,
That's going to be so much
I
fun.
wouldn't mind.
It's
I
going to be
wouldn't
so much
mind.
fun.
But yeah, no, I don't think teams would fans would mind. I think teams would love the vibe. I don't think fans would mind to have the opportunity to go to a college football playoff game at. That's just going to be a rocking environment. The only downside is it's during winter break, so the students, if it's on the 21st, the school would be out. So it's during school session.
Please, nah, they'll travel back to the games if they get tickets.
If they're close, yeah,
they'll go back.
If you're going to school if you're going to school like at the other side of the country, but yeah, so most students who are close, will be there.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be
well,
good.
It's gonna be epic. You know what a couple of stretch weeks of football. You got like the NFL wrapping up, and then you have big games at the end of the season, and then like right before Christmas you have these college football playoff games. I mean, just that's gonna be quite a weekend. Normally it was like the bowl games nobody watches, right? Now,
well, you're still gonna have a lot of those, but they're interspersed.
Yeah, well, they're not gonna get much attention now.
Everything.
Because it's going to be
they'll just be like the appetizers for the big games. Right. By the way, Wyoming and Boise State tied at 10 in the second half.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. And Alabama, Oklahoma tied at 3 late in the second quarter.
Wow.
Who's Alabama playing?
Oklahoma.
Where the wind goes whipping down the plains.
Oh,
By the way, did anyone see the Florida State game?
With the fringe on top.
They were playing my former school, Charleston Southern, today, and they were only up by 10 points at the half.
Wow.
Jeez.
They won 42. They won 42 to 10. They were only up. Oh, dude. They were up 40. They were up 10-0 at the half, and they scored, like a 32 points in the second half to win that game. But I just saw the score, and I was like, ooh, okay then. Well, that's probably what you should expect out of Florida State these days.
Yeah. They're trash.
I'm looking at that score, and I'm like, yeah, let's go Buccaneers. Let's freaking go. Yeah, beat on them. Get them, man. And then they scored 32 points. So, but it's going to be so interesting to see that playoff selection. So I feel like everyone in America is going to be watching that show to see who gets in.
Everybody in America but me, because I'm going to be ready to get on a plane to fly back down here
on the Sunday,
from Ohio.
On the Sunday after the conference champions like they did before.
That's right.
On you, Marcus. Shame.
Well, going
Shame
up to see family in a couple of weeks.
Watch it on the flight. Watch it on the flight.
Might have to. It's an Allegiant flight. Might have to do that. I think we do get the TVs on the planes for Allegiant.
Nice.
I think so.
Very nice. All right, boys. Well, the Loco Booster Club helps us keep this thing going. We got Court Lifestyle Pros, Daniel and Debbie Court with Charter One Realty. They want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations, promotional items, custom apparel, and custom gift baskets, plus much more at their showroom over on Argent Boulevard. Jay's Barbershop. You saw Jay on the show tonight with us, celebrating that Thomas Heyward victory in the state championship game. Go see him over at the shop, get your hair cut, your ears lowered, and check out some great conversation at Jay's Barbershop in downtown Ridgeland. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country. Get your floors so clean, your feet will thank you. Hudson's Seafood House on the docks, great spot on Hilton Head Island, and presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. Check out a new episode on the Loco Media Network. And Hurricane Sports Cafe, the place to be in Hampton, whether you need something to eat or something to drink. Stop in and say hi. Tell them Loco sent you. Parting thoughts tonight, gentlemen?
Just curious if anybody has Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, speaking of high school football, we got a crazy finish in the Ivy League with the, of course, the game that they play every time this Saturday before Thanksgiving, and Yale got the win over Harvard, which means we have 3 Ivy League conference champions. It's a 3-way tie, so they are all co-champions. Columbia, Dartmouth, and Harvard will share the Ivy League title. So no tiebreakers in the Ivy League. Their season, all those 3 teams, their season ends as league champions, co-champions. So crazy situation there, but
crazy work.
I'll have to check in with my brother on that. My sister-in-law is the equestrian coach at Dartmouth, so I'll have to check in with my brother and see his thoughts on the goings on in the Ivy League.
Very good. All right, what were you saying, Marcus?
Just if anybody had the score of that Pinewood Wilson Hall game.
Oh, good question. Could probably tell you in just a second.
I will check right now. Pinewood Prep and Wilson Hall.
Looks like it's 21-7 Pinewood.
Okay. Jeremiah Singleton with a 1-yard run. Yep. So Singleton with 2 touchdown runs, and it's 21-7 Panthers, and I wouldn't be surprised if they hold on here and give Devontae Hallman another state championship with another different school, who had won one with South Point, of course, beat our Buford Eagles, who won it the next year. But Devontae Hallman trying to add another state championship to his resume.
Indeed. Max, you got anything, bud?
Great finish to the football season, obviously, for us. Obviously, there's still some football to be played at other levels. I'm sure we'll keep a somewhat close eye on how the South Carolina High School League playoffs proceed towards the lower state finals, who gets in, who ends up playing the state championship game from both upper state and lower state in every division. I'm sure we'll keep an eye on that and give you guys updates if y'all are interested in that. Just getting ready for hoops and wrestling season to kick into high gear, and it's going to be a great winter season of sports, and I'm excited to be discussing it every week with you guys.
Yeah, man. And we will have some more hoops results to talk about when we get together on Monday. I was just finding a couple of scores already from the Whale Branch tournament. Battery Creek girls knocking off Bridges.
And to cap off
38. What's that?
Off the night, one more party thought to Taylor Malthus. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
We got you.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had one more party thought. It kind of went in and out, but huge congratulations, huge props to Taylor Malthus. What a job, sir. First year head coach, and leading them back to a state championship, first one since 21. And he has been entrenched with that program for so long. He's been on the coaching staff for a while. He took last year aside, and now to come back and be doing what he did this year, and to put them in the right direction early and lead them to quite an incredible year. That's just remarkable work. But I mean, he graduated. He was a alum of this program back in 2007. He was on the staff when they won that 4 Peats from 18 to 21, and getting the hire this year and making the most of it. Just truly special, as he mentioned in a great article by David Shelton. When to shout him out. But great work that he does for across the state of South Carolina. But yeah, I mean, just to look at his resume a bit deeper and to see all that he has done as someone who has been so entrenched with that program, it's just got to be really awesome for him, and the adjustments that they made from that early season loss. Sometimes it's the best possible thing that can happen when you lose. Because you make adjustments and you get this team playing at a higher level, and quite a performance, and that turnaround in this game, even to come from behind and then get that quick strike with Gibson and then no Banner there to kind of put the momentum all entirely on your side. We'll talk to Coach Malphurs tomorrow, but I'm super excited to hear from him. Just hear more of his story and his journey towards this opportunity. And just a great guy who is a fantastic football mind. I'm sure he was so pumped for when this opportunity came to him, and certainly sees it in year one. I mean, first year winning the state champion, that is not. I don't care what program you are in. This is a Heyward team that suffered a couple of down years, and obviously you had Antonio Banner back, but there were still some questions, and things were solved in a big way this season with the guys that he had transformed into important pieces of the state championship team. So just huge congratulations and well done to Coach Malphurs, and really excited to hear more from him tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Monday. But yes, I agree.
Monday. Okay, my days are all mixed up.
I hear you. I know. Oklahoma was taking the lead on Alabama just before halftime.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Also, I do got. Hold on.
He's got more.
By the way, BYU lost again today to Arizona State.
People got to stop rushing the field for beating BYU, though.
This
is ridiculous.
Rushing the field in general is getting way out of hand.
By the way, there was something that happened today. Sorry. Yeah, that was the game.
Break down those field goals.
Yeah, they stormed the field too early. And then they ended up winning, I guess. But it says here that Arizona State fans they stormed the field, but then the officials said there's a second left. And BYU had one more opportunity. It was a 4th and goal. And so it looked like the field. Then they had to bring everyone back. Imagine if they ended up losing that one, and then it looked like, gosh, that's insane. Kids, don't just make sure.
Southwest Airlines want to get away.
Oh, good.
All I can say.
Auburn leads Texas A&M 21-7.
Ooh, how about that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Talk about a matchup on the plains.
Get this up there?
Whoa.
Kevin has some thoughts about your interior design, Max.
That is a good look.
Not mine. That's not mine. Definitely not mine. Not my interior designing. Just letting you know that, Kev. not my interior design.
Right. It was actually just more context. It was a 4th down to turnaround down. So the game was basically over, but they still had to run one more play. I was just reading just a little more context there. So the game was pretty much over, but still
right. You can't go on the field. So
the fans were still so it still made a chaotic situation. But I could see that happening though, where a team storms the field and then
the band is on the field.
Yeah, I feel like it happened before, very recently, like in the last couple of years, where
it definitely happened.
The field, and then the game like still had to be determined in balance, and so college football is fun. You just never know what to expect, and it's going to be a crazy couple of weeks ahead.
It seems like it happens more in basketball. They storm out.
Yeah. Basketball is really out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they gotta do a do-over.
And I used to love it, whether it was football or basketball.
You forget that there's still time left on the clock, and then you get like a buzzer beater the other way. It's like you never know. So
there you go.
17 at their own 13-yard line to defeat Sherryman in the face, and they saved it. They pulled it out. What a show!
This is the class.
Right, here we go with the kickoff.
Oh yeah,
all-time great.
Harmon will probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rogers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield. They try to do a couple of. The ball is still loose as they get it to Rogers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field.
I love it.
Oh my God! That's classic stuff right there.
There were flags all over the place. Everybody's milling around on the field.
20th thing ever.
That's as good as it gets right there.
And a great call too there. I mean, I think it was the call that really made it. Kind of immortalized it in a way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The band is on the field. All right, boys. Well, pretty good for a special edition show that wasn't even on the docket.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah. Why not?
Good stuff, fellas. Thanks to Jay Alfonso for jumping on with us and talking about Thomas Heyward football. Thanks to Kevin Libby jumping in the comments there. All our listeners and
I think we lost JJ.
froze up on me.
Dude,
There it goes.
I froze up. Everybody froze up on me, so I assumed it was me who was frozen up.
Yeah, I was about to close out the show
thanks to all
for
of our
you. Thank
listeners.
God you're back.
And thanks to all our listeners and viewers tonight, as well as all of our sponsors, especially the OGs, Mickelson Law Firm. And thanks to all of you showing up to listen or watch. Thanks, fellas. Max Araj, Marcus Walsh, Wes Kerr. I'm Justin Jarrett. Till tomorrow night for the Sand Shark Rewind. Go Loco.
The Loco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Loco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Loco.